Hey guys, Dr. Pauly. We're going to knock out the exhaust base real quick. One thing I want to show you though is that this is a section line, and what happens with this cutting line, plane line is that you don't have to always go straight with it, and so you can make it zigzag however you want within the object to show specifics of features that you need to expose to dimension. Because remember, you don't want to dimension to a hidden line ever. And so this one right here, if you notice the arrows, okay, so when you look at the right side, all right, you're looking at this part right here where I'm going over, okay? So you follow the arrows, and that's what's broken away and that you see. This part right here has been removed, okay? And so you can see they went straight up, and then they got to this point, and they cut straight in and up. So you really only exposed a quarter of this circle here, okay? Well, technically half if you look at it that way. But so that's why it looks solid here, and then you only see that part of this hole, okay, as it comes up. All right, I just wanted to show you that, kind of explain that a little bit. So I'm going to move that out of the way. We're going to start a new part file. I'm going to go ahead and set my precision to 3. All right, so let's go ahead and get started. I'm going to start with the front view, and I'm going to go ahead and use an extrude boss. And I'm going to go, how do I want to do this? All right, I'm just going to go corner to corner rectangle. I'm going to hit escape. I'm going to go ahead and put my fillets on it. It has a 2.5 fillet. So I'm going to say fillet 0.250, and I'm going to knock out these corners. Here, oops, and there, and finish that. I'm going to dimension it. It's 1.750 square. So from here to here is 1.750, and from here to here is also 1.750. Now, I'm going to grab this, and I'm just kind of barely move it up there a little bit. I'll pull these in a little bit so I don't have to get these crazy zoom issues. All right, I'm going to center this, and how I'm going to center it is I'm going to grab the midpoint here and midpoint here, I mean the origin, and then this other midpoint. I don't necessarily have to grab both, but I am. I'm going to align those vertically, and then I'm going to grab the midpoint, origin, and the other midpoint, and I'm going to align those horizontally. And as you can see, I'm now fully constrained and centered on the origin. While I'm doing this, I'm going to go ahead and put in those holes. Okay, and those holes share the same centers as this. So I'm going to say circle that. Let's dimension one of them. And it's it's a 1/4 inch screw clearance. So, my bad. So I'm going to delete that. And I'm going to go back and have to use a hole tool for that, just to make my life easier. So I'm going to finish, let's go ahead and get that inside circle though. So inside circle's here, dimension that, it's a 1 inch diameter, so we're good. Nothing else fancy about this, so I'm going to finish this. I'm going to extrude it. Its thickness is a big whopping 0.250, like that. I'm going to go ahead and put on those 0.03 by 45 chamfers. So I'm going to say fillet chamfer 0.03 by 45. It's basically, I'm going to pick this surface and this surface, and I'm picking the whole surface because I want all the edges, this edge and the inside edge for the circle, to have that chamfer, so I'm good. Finish that. Okay, now I'm going to go ahead and put in the holes. So I'm going to take a standard hole, ANSI inch, all drill sizes, but instead of all drill sizes, I'm actually going to pick the screw clearance hole, which is right here. And the size is for a 1/4 inch normal, My end condition, I'm going to say is through all. It's just going to go through everything. No countersinks, stuff like that. Go to position, this surface, and again, they're going to share the same centers. So I'm just going to hover and click, hover and click. And hover and click. And there we go. And I'll just say I'm good with that. So finish that. And I don't think there's anything else fancy about that part. No, the only tricky part on this is to make sure you get the correct hole, which is a 1/4 inch clearance hole. Okay. So right there. And let's save it. So file, save as. Wait a minute, cancel. It's got to change the material. It's ANSI AISI 1020. So I'm going to edit material, steel, AISI 1020, apply. Close that out. Now it's done. And then I will do file, save as. And this is called the exhaust base. And we're done.